So walk us through your journey growing up on a kibbutz, how you went A, playing baseball and then end up on this team.
Um, well, the journey starts when I was a little kid on the kibbutz, just watching all the older guys play. We have a unique situation in Geza where it was founded by Americans that wanted to play softball and kind of show their kids, the next generation, the game. So I was born into it. It wasn't weird for me, but once we stepped out of the kibbutz, no one knows what it is. So I would say it's like a natural thing for me to play baseball, but definitely not a normal thing in Israel.
So in terms of your journey, how did you end up getting here and also end up getting affiliated with major league organizations, including the Diamondbacks right now?
Mariners. But yeah, I mean, my journey is, we all played on the kibbutz. My first national team was 22 years ago with Shlomo as my coach. I was 10, Shlo was 18, and Peter was the GM of that team as well. And it started there for me in terms of the national team, and just kind of kept playing since. And about the pro ball, I got done playing college ball. I had 2 elbow surgeries, and I had the opportunity to either go play independent ball or go coach in the Cape Cod League. And I took the coaching opportunity, knowing it long term it's probably going to be the smart move. And that worked out. After that summer, I got offered a job by the Mariners. And
So here you're on the roster as an active player as well.
yeah.
How difficult is it to get back to actually pitching and playing as opposed to coaching?
It's not that difficult because luckily I kept throwing all the time, so my arm was always in shape. The one thing that was the challenge was the pitching specific. It's one thing to throw, but it's one thing to face hitters, and a small miss like yesterday, if I miss just by a little bit, that gets hit. So it's the difference between throwing strikes and throwing really quality strikes.
How would you rate the pitching staff on this team?
I think we're good. We got some veteran arms. Guys know what they're doing. We got a lot of smart guys that hopefully we can utilize our stuff to our advantage.
How difficult was it to get time off to actually go and do this tournament, take it away from your day job?
I'm lucky to be in a really good organization with the Mariners, and they've supported me all along the way. And we have a really good system, and it's a sound system with the Mariners, so it's a smooth transition for Matt, who came to replace me over there, and the guys are in good hands.
So you mentioned about learning the game in the kibbutz. Here in the States, kids learn it. They go to different trainers to learn, different techniques. When you stepped out and played against people that didn't grow out inside the kibbutz, what was the first thing you noticed, and where did you develop and hone your skills after the kibbutz?
You know what? I give all my honing my skills really to the days on the kibbutz, actually, because you got to figure it out on your own. We had coaches come from America to kind of help us refine our skills, but for me it was watching a lot of tape, a lot of games. My grandpa used to send me videos from the States in boxes to Israel, and that's kind of how I learned the game and tried to emulate people playing. And then when I got to the States, it was really more of a test, see how I fare against these guys.
Who were some of the players that you emulated, and what specifically did you learn from watching those tapes?
I want to say Derek Jeter was the guy I always wanted to be like, but I think I emulated. My first guy I ever tried to emulate was Andy Pettitte. I don't know why, but that was my first shot at a delivery. But then, just any player, I was just trying to figure out what works for me and my body.
So how did you figure out, to teach yourself? It's interesting from videos. How did you learn grips? How did you learn to make a ball break?
Honestly, to this day, I just, I think that it's all about my release point. So I can just manipulate grips, and then see what that does. So if I have a really good feel for what I'm doing releasing the ball, then if I have different grips, I was just always fortunate to play and see what works, and that's how I get my pitches.
So how concerned are you what's going on with COVID in Japan?
It's on our minds for sure. It's just something that we just got to take care of business, keep wearing our mask, be smart about our decisions, and hope for the best, to be honest.
Are you sorry you won't get to see more of Japan?
Yes, I am. I was lucky enough to be in Tokyo in 2017, but I would definitely be happy to go see it again.